Hey guys, Blackout Bill here. I think I may have a problem. You guys may be wondering, what are you doing standing over another outboard? You have a lot of projects to do. Would you frickin' finish something? I hear you, and I will. But sometimes you're scouring Facebook all the time for these, and you see a deal you can't pass up. This is a 69 6 horsepower Johnson long shaft. My boat desperately needs a backup motor, and I'm sick of the older style. I like the older style motors, but they're all short shafts. A lot of them are short shafts, and they cavitate, and I really can't get an idea how they run at full speed. So definitely wanted this motor to play with, have, own, fix, rebuild. It does not come without its issues. This motor, it's clean, it looks good, it's got a couple major flaws in it. But luckily, when I went down there, offered them a decent price. Y'all know me, I don't pay more than $50 for a non-running motor. I'll pay $100 for a motor if I have to, if it's not running, if it's clean. This one was pretty clean, but when I got there, it had a break in it that I wasn't aware of. It's my fault, actually, I missed it. So the gentleman, because I was there, luckily worked with me, and he gave it to me for $60, so kudos to him, I appreciate it. Let me show you what's up with this thing. So right off the bat, well, I actually asked him online if the handle was broken, because I'll link a video to Brandon's garage where he picks up a junk one of these to save this handle, because a lot of times they're broken in half. You can see vice grips on it. So I asked him if the handle was broken. He said yes, and the picture was right there, and I missed it. He meant handle. It's the actual bracket, the whole holding bracket. So that's going to have to be replaced. I've never actually broken apart the hold downs and the brackets on a motor, any motor really. So this will be a first. You guys get to see all of that. And then the datum plate's got a big chip in the bottom, which isn't a big deal. I could leave it, but in further inspection, I am noticing some other blemishes and cracks. There might be a seal, it might actually be cracked. And a lot of times, y'all know, when people store these motors, they take it out of the water and they put it in their shed and they freeze over and crack on them. So most likely, I'm gonna redo the lower unit. This motor is nice enough where I might do a full restore on this. I mean, it's super clean. Work done to it, no doubt. New plugs, new wires. I mean, the writing is still on the wires. Brand new fuel pump, new fuel lines here. Carburetor has got that looks like a new carb bowl gasket in it. Everything looks great. Who knows what the points and condensers look like? Stand by for a second. I never do this. Not never, but this thing's really clean underneath. It looks like it's been worked on. I don't know if it runs. I got the typical, it ran when it was put away. And I'm looking at new plugs. I'm looking at new wires. I'm looking at new fuel lines. I'm looking at a carb kit. I'm looking at a brand new fuel pump. Who the heck knows if the points has been changed? I'm not even going to break into it. It's just so clean. I'm just going to see if it starts. I never do this. I'm just curious. Everything's just so clean. And it's going to be tough to work with this handle. The needles actually was out 4 turns. So a lot of times, some guys, they can't get stuff running. They don't really know, and they give up really easily. So I marked the needle. I'm going to put it out 1.5. It's kind of loose. Let's just give it a shot. What do we got to lose? God. This is in rough shape. Everything, in all honesty, the rest of it's beautiful. It's just this handle. Oh my God. Whoa. This thing started up in like 3. That's amazing. Yo, that's amazing. All right, let's keep the show here. Wow. And it's pumping water. Whoa, easy, princess, easy. And it's pumping water. Yo, that's incredible. Ah! Yo, sometimes a squirrel catches a nut. Look at this thing run! No way. Y'all, I have not touched this motor. I have not touched it. I set the needle. All right, so there's a hissing coming from the carburetor. I'm assuming it's just the air on a low idle, but I've never heard that before. Maybe because the throttle's closed, it's going through the things. Because it goes away when you give it throttle. See if it goes into gear. Check the water out, y'all. Oh, by the way, I'm using a new camera. It's actually focusing on what it's supposed to freaking focus on. How nice is that? Look at this thing pump water. See if it goes into gear. Wow. Look at that. Pumping water, awesome. Wow, this thing is pristine, y'all. Unbelievable. Oh my God, I got a plan. I got a plan. Even the power head looks good. Wow. How do you shut it down? We'll run the gas out of the car because I don't know how long this thing's gonna sit for. That's cool, man. Timing marks aren't quite right. Huh. Plus this linkage don't look right either. Oh, it's got different marks. Don't listen to me, I'm an idiot. It's opening up a little late, actually. I don't know if there's an adjustment on this. I don't think there's an adjustment here. Maybe you could tell me. 2 marks on the upper gear. For most of them is here. The throttle's here. But there's a mark also on this throttle plate. So something tells me it's supposed to hit that, but it's a little late. It's not opening. It's supposed to open now. It's not. I'm just gonna run the gas out of the car. Yeah, that's cool, man. The motor mounts are fine. The barrel's very shaky. That's a turnout. Too much. There's back half a turn. Yep, she likes it turn in half. Pretty sweet. Yo, this thing is awesome. When's the last time y'all picked up an outboard for 60 bucks and it ran on the first couple pulls, right? It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Trust me. Still pumping water. So that lower unit needs work. So we're going to get a new one. Okay. 69. 6 horsepower long shaft. She purdy. Look at this thing. The hood's in good shape. Rubber. How and where do I get the rubber for these things? Need help with that one. Let's go, outboard gurus. We have to order this bracket. This is going to sit inside for a while till we get... Whee! Unbelievable. What do you do with a motor that you pick up for inexpensive amount of money and it runs great? Take it apart, of course. Never fear. I already got my handle in the mail. It's under there with the hood with all my parts, the pan, the midsection, the lower unit, the gear case. And I picked up, what we have here is Rust-Oleum gloss enamel, and I picked up Hunter Green. Now, here's the original paint, which I've already sanded. You can see the original paint on the lower unit there. This is the original paint sanded, and then that's the color I'm gonna go with. You cannot tell at all, but it's a lot lighter. Here. It's actually a lot brighter. There's the original paint. There's the original paint. It's definitely glossier. The original paint is a matted, it looks like a light green. It's not a forest green, it's like a light. I could pick up the factory matched color, but it wants $30 a can. As much as I want to do this right, I come on, that's a lot of money. So the Rust-Oleum's $4 for a can, and I like this color better. My wife does not agree, but it's my motor. So that's the color we're gonna go with. Here is the steering bracket handle I picked up. Good shape. I believe the original color was like a gray or even a light blue. I've already sanded it, degreased it. It needs to be power washed and cleaned up further before we start painting. And let's see if we can just get an idea here. I'm gonna be sanding all this off. You guys are like, why are you painting now, you dummy? I'll be sanding that off as a repaint. So there you go. So it's going to be a kind of a bright Kermit color, but I like it. I think it's cool. So I think when this motor's done, the bright green all gloss is going to be really, really sharp. And it's my motor. I don't really care what you think. I'm kidding, of course. I very much appreciate what everyone thinks. But when it comes to paint colors, there's not really much. You guys either love it or hate it. I might love it or hate it. Plans for the power head. It did run. It ran beautifully. Couple flaws and interesting points of interest. Couple spaces for the rope. So what I'd like to do is rewind a new rope in here so that we can get a full pull on it. The timing marks weren't quite lining up. This throttle screw was backing. It was backed out. I didn't get a chance to show you the linkage. The linkage was like up against the rope here. I thought that was weird. And it was, because that throttle screw was backed all the way out. We also took the packing nut, which I thought was interesting. It looked like it was way too far in. It's because there was zero packing in here. So some of the air, there must have been a lot of air getting sucked through the needle packing here. So I put 2 cork washers and then a nylon inside there. So now the packing is correct. Even though it did run good, I'm probably going to leave the carb alone. It would be beneficial to break it down and clean it out. Babbling to the camera, but in my head, I'm now deciding what to do. The reason I was showing you this, because I am going to break the power head down because I want to paint this too. And what I think I'm going to do is go with this dark color. It's hard to find, but I thought I saw in the store a dark hunter forest green. And do I want a gloss? I'm not sure on that yet. So what we'll do is we'll disconnect the flywheel, we'll pop the mag plate off, pop the starter rope out of there, get the carb off. We'll definitely, because the carb's got to come off for paint anyway, we'll open the bowl up, make sure the bowl is clean, and probably just re-put everything back in. We'll take our fuel pump off and our spark plugs out, and then we'll paint the power head. That's going to be the plan for Mr. 6 horsepower, who is just wonderful. Be sure to stay tuned, like, subscribe, and you guys get to see my first disassembled, complete, painted restore project. You could call this a restore. I guess you could, right? Typically, it's just a revival. This one we're going to try to make look pretty. I do still need help finding a hood with the rubber, or just the rubber. Maybe somebody has like a hack way of buying a different type of rubber in the store where I can save a little bit of money, because I think they want $100 for the hood on eBay or whatever. So any opinions are appreciated. What do we call her? Oh, we're calling this one Susie. My wife's favorite color is green. It's just a perfect nickname for this motor. I have the 3 horsepower that started this whole journey. That's Frankie, her father, who gave it to me. Stay tuned, like, subscribe to see more of Susie. Thanks for checking me out, guys. We'll see you in the next video. So I'm hunting down an outboard, driving through Harrison, New Jersey, and found a cool little 6 horsepower long shaft. If any of you was wondering what Harrison, New Jersey looks like, it's like a suburb of Newark. Pretty busy, a little bit out of my comfort zone to drive out here. It's not too far, about 20 minutes, but very busy and definitely urban. Gotta kind of keep my eyes on a swivel, head on a swivel, eyes open. But guy's nice enough to make a deal with me, and we're gonna go check it out.
So also I'm filming on my new camera, my A6400 from Sony. Let's see what this motor looks like.